Was an investigation that began with our street crimes unit, and things really kicked off the beginning of June 12th. Actually, there was a sign, I don't know how to say it, like the signs you kind of stick in the ground, like campaign signs and stuff like that. Anyway, so the sign said Asian Therapeutic Massage, had a phone number, and said it was like $25 for a half hour, $25 for an hour, something to that effect. Somebody got hold of the police department, alerted them to this, and that's really what kicked off the whole investigation. Over the last few weeks, our street crimes have done a lot of digging. They found out that there was a person that had set up a business, so to speak, in a suite in the 900 block of South Marion Road. They found out that that business was rented by our suspect. Turns out that there was also a couple of hotel rooms that he had rented for some other Asian women, and it's believed that there were massages that were being performed amongst other things. One of the things, obviously they're advertising a massage, but then the people that were performing that were also offering other sexual services and had a whole fee schedule along with that. So all of this information was presented to both the state's attorney's office and a judge, and then a judge authorized a warrant for those 3 charges. The warrant carries a $50,000 cash bond. Street crimes officers were able to find him yesterday afternoon. It was around 4:30. He was driving near 41st Street and Minnesota Avenue, so they stopped him, arrested him without incident. So he's been charged with this. We don't have any other charges at this point, and I would say that the investigation is not over yet. Obviously, the big thing that we're looking into with these types of calls, really any type of prostitution, is human trafficking, and if there's ties to human trafficking. So this is one of the things that we'll be working with federal authorities, and it's very common. Our street crimes officers have a lot of training in human trafficking and prostitution, and that's their focus, is finding women that are being trafficked and getting them out of those situations. So we've made an arrest on these couple of charges. I wouldn't say that this investigation is over at this point, and as far as any other charges down the road, we'll have to wait and see how the investigation goes.
So it's not known if this is part of human trafficking yet, but it's still part of the investigation?
Correct, yeah. We had enough information to believe that he was involved in the pimping side of things, and one of them, the 2 alternate, or I guess different charges, one of them is for permitting a place that's used for prostitution. The other is receiving benefit, and one of the women providing the massages mentioned that all of the money goes back to this guy. I think she made a comment that she was allowed to keep tips, but all the other cash was going directly to him. So his last name is Whitman, W-H-I-T-M-A-N. First is Willie, W-I-L-L-I-E. Middle is Charles, C-H-A-R-L-E-S, and he's 47 from Sioux Falls.
Anything that indicates a prior history or connection to doing this in other places?
I don't know about other places. Let me just see if we've had. Looks like we've had some contact with him in the past. I'm not able to go into the details of that, but at least in Sioux Falls and Minnehaha County, we've had some contact with him.
So was he paying these women to perform these services for people? Is that how that was working?
Well, that's one of the things we don't know yet. So obviously they were collecting the money and giving it to him. We don't know if he was paying them a fee. You know, it's quite possible that they weren't receiving anything. He was maybe providing them some shelter and providing them food. That's one of the things that we've seen with human trafficking, and why it's so difficult for women to get out of that situation is because the pimps, the traffickers, they take all of the documents. They don't let them have any money, any cash whatsoever, no credit cards. So they're really at the mercy of that person. They're not able to just get a ride or go somewhere else. They're basically stuck in a place, and oftentimes they'll remove the people from the communities that they know. And so if they're from one town or one city, they'll bring them to a different city, perform this stuff, and the people there don't know where to go, don't have any friends, don't have any resources. And so a lot of this stuff is about control. And so there's times when they're not able to get out of those situations themselves and really don't know where to turn to.
Can you clarify how many women might have been involved and whether those women are from the area?
I just have a copy of the affidavit, and so I briefly talked with the street crimes detectives yesterday, just got a little bit, so I don't have a whole lot of the details. As far as the women that were engaged in that, I don't think we had any. I don't think we have any names of them. Yeah, everything just says the female, so I'd have to do some checking to find out if they were able to identify any of the women that are involved in that, or if that's, if that's something we're still looking for.
This person that came forward was one of the workers there?
No, it was somebody else that, there's a few different people that gave us information and gave us tips, but it was none of the workers contacted police.
Can you say where the hotel rooms were they here in town?
Yeah, so the suite, that was in the 900 block of South Marion Road. Let's see. Well, this lists hotel. Yeah, it was in the northwest part of Sioux Falls. I'm not going to give the name of the hotel. It is in the affidavit, but I don't think that they had any idea that this was taking place. And most of the hotel places are pretty observant, and when they see behavior like this that matches prostitution or human trafficking, they actually contact us. And so I don't want to put their name out there, but it was a hotel in the northwest part of Sioux Falls.
Is this an example of someone seeing something suspicious and saying something to police and acting how you want people to report crimes?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different variations of if you see something, say something, and this is a perfect example. Somebody saw this sign and thought that doesn't seem right. And I mean, it's a sign, there's nothing really to it, but that's enough. Somebody sees that and goes, this doesn't seem right. And I don't know if that was somebody that gets a massage from a reputable source and maybe looked at that and said $25 for an hour is absolutely ridiculous. But those little things, those are the things. People know, they notice things. And so if there's something that doesn't seem right, give us a call. And it may be nothing, but it may turn into something like this. I mean, something that seems as harmless as a sign. We've now got a guy that's arrested, and we've, are still continuing the investigation into human trafficking. And so this is the type of things that people know their neighborhoods, they know what's normal, what's not normal, and if they see something out of the ordinary, we want them to give us a call. And so this is a good example of that.
Is Whitman expected to make his initial appearance in court today?
Yes, I believe he will be in court this afternoon. Anything else on that?